South Africa, a beautiful country. Unfortunately, a country at war. A war not fought on our borders, but against criminals. Crime is indiscriminate. Reported cases since 1994 are as follows. Over 1,500 policemen murdered, 180,000 civilians murdered, 700,000 vehicles stolen, 72,000 vehicles hijacked, 320,000 women and children raped, 2.2 million burglaries of businesses and residential premises, 625,000 armed robberies, 1,200 cash-in-transit robberies, 3,500 bank robberies, 2.4 million other types of theft. As a result of rampant crime, the loss of investment and capital amounts of many billions of rands, the loss of skilled people and potential job opportunities is incalculable. Insurance claims paid due to crime-related incidents in 1999 alone totaled 6.5 billion rand. International crime syndicates have made South Africa their happy hunting ground. Local criminals have an arrogance that defies description.
If he's got a TV, he's got a music center, he's got a VCR, they are all insured. You just take them and come back. By tomorrow, he will have a new one, TV, VCR, you see. He will go back to the same house and break again.
There are weapons which can turn the tide and give literal meaning to the phrases, nowhere to hide. And you can run, but you cannot hide. In designated areas in Britain, where helicopter and coordinated ground forces were deployed, a significant decrease in crime was registered. Using infrared cameras that need no illumination day or night, or in adverse weather conditions.
Yeah, as you head towards that, if one can go one side and one go the other side, it's round the back. Yep, just keep making your way round, and just as you two meet, that's where the heat source was.
A unit round here, please. We've got 3 suspects.
In South Africa, where fixed surveillance cameras were installed with limited coverage capability, major crime reduction was experienced. Cape Town appears to be the most successful, as an 85% reduction in crime was reported in the areas under surveillance. South Africa, by implementing the SkyTrack project, will be the first country to apply a mobile blanket surveillance strategy by deploying high-altitude aircraft, coupled with reactive helicopters and ground forces. A strategy has been developed using aerial surveillance technology to effectively put a virtual policeman with a camera on every street corner in South Africa. This project will initially be implemented in Gauteng, thereafter rolled out to the other provinces fairly rapidly. The LEO technology is fitted to fixed-wing aircraft for permanent surveillance and archiving purposes, and to helicopters for strike force operations. LEO gyro-stabilized platforms are an integral part of the SkyTrack project. What may surprise you is that the sophisticated technology which is shown in this video was developed in South Africa by Denel, and it is used worldwide. Aircraft will be deployed to a reported incident in order to observe and follow criminals. The control centers will coordinate police, ground and air forces to apprehend suspects. Helicopters fitted with LEO technology, manned by highly trained personnel, will be strategically based so that they can respond to emergency situations identified via the control room. Aerial surveillance cameras feed images back to the SkyTrack control centers, which enable ground forces and the security industry to capture criminals in the act of committing crimes. This gives police the evidence to successfully conclude prosecutions and put criminals behind bars. Using manned and unmanned aircraft, it is planned to monitor designated areas on a permanent basis. The visual images are then stored to enable us to review incidences of choice as required. Using available technology, we will be able to retrace the steps of a particular incident and zoom in for evidence-gathering purposes. The time, date and location, visible on the image, are derived from a global positioning satellite, making the integrity of the evidence irrefutable in court. This capability can also be used to review and help establish facts, which will verify and authenticate insurance claims. Was the factory burning before or after the owner left the scene? Was the car hijacked, or did the owner drive it to the chop shop? Did the drunken tree really cause the accident? Part of the SkyTrack strategy is to enable millions of South African citizens to report criminal activity to control centers so that the relevant reaction forces can be mobilized. Additionally, the control centers will provide an emergency call routing and coordinating facility to the relevant service providers. It is planned to broadcast through all appropriate media the successes achieved from all crime-fighting initiatives, as well as any other endeavor that stimulates hope and creates confidence. The technology used by SkyTrack has been extensively proven overseas and in South Africa. In perceived criminal cases, the deployment of multifunctional forces is enhanced by the use of this equipment. The police and Air Force combination is particularly formidable. An example from Britain shows that after cornering the suspect, the driver manages to sprint away on foot, jumping over 2 wire fences along the way. The small scattering of heat sources here are birds flying from the thick undergrowth, where the fugitive thinks he has found the perfect hiding place. But, directed by the helicopter above, the police edge towards their target. Once the helicopter is following, it is almost impossible to escape. In the Western Cape, an abalone theft syndicate was smashed. The poachers were not aware that the Seeker aircraft, flying more than 4 kilometers away, was actually monitoring them and recorded these images. The Strike Force helicopter, seen coming into view, was summoned to the scene and was tactically used to apprehend the criminals. In Gauteng, chop shops were raided. Infrared technology was used and many stolen vehicles were recovered, cable thieves apprehended, and numerous illegal immigrants arrested. Aerial surveillance, in conjunction with coordinated ground operations, has proved to be highly successful in reducing crime. The private sector, government departments, and agencies we have approached thus far have been unanimous in their support for the SkyTrack project. We still require the contractual commitment to provide the funding, equipment, and human resources to activate and sustain the project. This project is a joint business opportunity that will make our common goals a reality. We appeal to you, the concerned and influential pillars of our society, for your input, participation, involvement, and commitment for the sake of a better South Africa.
All the statistics in this video were supplied by the SAPS Statistics Department and are also available on the SAPS website.